Hello again. This is Dr. Ron, and I'm coming to you with a new episode. Actually, this is episode number 74 in Boomer Life Lessons and Stories. Seems like we're moving on, and there's always something interesting to talk about. Well, what are we going to talk about today? How about success and the importance of trust? And if you want to hear more about that topic, please just stay tuned and we'll get to it in just a moment. If you could like, share, and subscribe, that would help me and my channel immensely. All we're here for is to help others be all they can be. And as a matter of fact, again, that is a good segue into today's topic. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. You know, everybody wants to be successful. I wanted to be successful starting out in my career, and I did achieve some success. People that are graduating from high school and college are looking to be successful. Why? So that they can be all that they can be and allow their family to be all they can be by taking care of them. So to be successful is always equated with doing well and taking care of the family and being a good community citizen. And that means also taking care of needs within the community. But you see, all of that doesn't matter if we act without trust. And trust is an integral part of integrity. So I think we have to probe this definition for trust for just a moment. So I go back to my old dictionary, and it's over in the bookcase. It's right about there on my bookcase. You see it? And its definition is a firm belief or confidence in the honesty and integrity, reliability, justice of another person or thing. Confident expectation, anticipation, or hope. Wow. That is a lot to digest, isn't it? But I guess we could distill it down into its essence, meaning that if we say we're going to do something, we do it. And in doing that thing, whatever it is, we do it with all integrity and honesty, right? So if others begin to see us always acting in that light, things spring forth from that. They have trust and confidence in us in that if we say we're going to do something, we will do it. And what comes from that is they begin to have confidence in us in that they trust, to use the word, that if they give us a job or task, we're going to do it thoroughly, completely, honestly, and with all integrity. We're going to do it to the best of our ability. And that brings us then to this question. Why is cultivating trust in your career and your personal life and between you and other people? Why is it important? Well, here's the thing about engaging with other people. We choose to engage with other people to create things that otherwise could not exist. A society could not exist without other people. A society doesn't exist with one person. A society exists to create things that betters everybody within the community, right? So we create things working together, striving together, so that it raises the net well-being of everybody in the community, in the family, and the individual that is acting in accordance with that trust. So there's value in the community and acting as a member of that community, acting together confidently, trusting each other that we individually will do our part. There's great value in that. Have you known people they're pointed to as the pillars of the community? I can tell you that my grandparents, my parents, and my in-laws, my mother and father-in-law, were pillars of the community. Just as an example, with my mother and father-in-law, there was not a need that was not taken care of that somebody had brought to their attention. They were individuals who always took the servant attitude. They wanted to help the community to build a better community, to build a better society by helping others be all that they could be. And this included taking people to the doctor, working in their yards. There was no task too menial for them if it would help a member of their community, right? And so people had a lot of trust and confidence in my mother and father-in-law. If they said something, whether it's a statement of fact or something that they would do for another person, the person hearing that statement always trusted that it would be done. And invariably, it was done. So what does all that mean in terms of value to the community? What does it mean in terms of creating something that otherwise could not exist? Well, you see, if we trust that one another is going to do their part, then something like sweet music occurs, and there's value in that. Now, the example I always like to give is an orchestra warming up. We've all been there. We've listened to them, and it sounds like a bunch of noise, everybody playing their own little part, and nobody's playing together. And it's just almost, and at times, unbearable. But after they do their own thing and they get their instruments tuned, then the conductor steps forward and he taps the podium, and everybody draws their attention to him. And then together, under his direction, working together, having confidence that each other will do their part, they create sweet music. And that's the way your career is. You don't want to hit a foul note by doing something that is untrustworthy. Because what happens if you do things like that, whether it's in your career, your personal life, or as a volunteer for other types of organizations, charitable organizations, people then raise an eyebrow. And they begin to think of these individuals that do such things as untrustworthy and not dependable, that they couldn't depend on them to always do the right thing. So what does happen if trust is violated? There is loss of confidence in that individual. People are unsure that he or she will always do the right thing, right? Dave Ramsey also pointed out in one of his talks, he indicated that there was a book that pointed out 31 attributes of decamillionaires. And one of the attributes was always acting with high integrity. And this was from a book, I think he had mentioned, published 10 years or so ago. I don't have the title of that book right off the top of my head, but at the top of the list of those 31 attributes, the most important was always acting with integrity. And the fundamental underpinning of always acting with integrity is being trustworthy. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. If you make a commitment, you keep it, right? If you make a statement to the best of your ability, you know that it is true. So trust is fundamental. It's a fundamental part of how we conduct ourselves in our personal life and our professional life. It allows us to achieve great things. In other words, having and acting trustworthy in a trustworthy manner allows you to be all that you can be based on your skill, knowledge, capability, critical thinking. And if you lose that, if you lose the trust of others, if you lose the ability to gather in others as a support infrastructure that would allow you with trust to do amazing things, if you no longer have that infrastructure of support, then you're not going to be able to achieve in your personal life and in your professional life all that you could be. And that's pretty significant, isn't it? That could be the difference between being successful or being unsuccessful, or being a captain of industry, or being somebody that just does a job. I'm not sure what your goals are and what your idea of success is, but I will tell you this: acting with all integrity and striving to do the right thing at all times is fundamental to success. And if you do anything other than that, you're not going to be able to achieve those great things that you hope and dream about. And with that, my friends, we're going to close this episode out by simply saying, act with all integrity, build that trust and infrastructure of support, and whenever you say something, you know that it is true to the best of your ability. When you make it a commitment, keep it. Take care and all the best, and I will see you in the next episode.